Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today I'm going to be reacting to the new Hunger Games trailer that literally just dropped like a few days ago. But this is trailer 2, I believe so. This is the prequel to the Hunger Games story, in case you were wondering, like, what? There's a new Hunger Games movie? Yes, but it has nothing to do with Katniss and Peeta and Gale, unfortunately. So this is going to be about President Snow, and I don't know how to feel about that. Because if you know the Hunger Games story, you know that he was like the main villain and he just did some really dirty and cruel stuff. And I don't forgive him for what he did to Peeta. So I feel like watching this is going to be like, low-key might be a hate watch. I don't know, but we'll see. The first trailer, I believe, dropped like a few months ago. I really don't remember seeing it. Like, I remember the announcement about it, but I don't even think I really watched it. So this is kind of like my first look into the movie. There is a book as well that came out, and I'm ashamed to say that I bought the book and I didn't read it. I don't know why I bought it, and it's just like collecting dust on my shelf back home. So I'm just like, well, I guess we'll just watch the movie instead then. But maybe watching the movie will make me go back and like actually read the book, because you guys know, like, most times when there's a film that was adapted from a book, it's usually like the book is better because there's much more detail, and you're able to get a sense of like what the character is thinking, all that good stuff. So you guys let me know in the comments if you read the book and if you think the book was any good, or if it was as good as the Hunger Games trilogy, because those books were like really, really good, especially at the time that they were really popular. That was like amazing story, tragedy, but amazing story. So yeah, I'm going to get into this and then we'll kind of talk about it a little bit afterwards. If you're watching me for the first time, thank you for tuning in, and please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And you know what's funny? I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I'm wearing pink, and I'm like, I should have been wearing pink last week because I talked about the Barbie movie last week. Like, that would have made a lot more sense. But if you missed that episode, you can watch that after this one. I did a whole review on the movie, and yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed the film. I know some people were upset about it, but I actually liked it. Anyway, let's get into this reaction. The trailer is 2 minutes and 47 seconds. So it's called The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is kind of a long title for a movie, low-key. And it comes out November 17th. Yeah, so let's get into it.
I am honored to introduce to you the creator of the Hunger Games themselves.
Children from each district to fight to the death in the Hunger Games.
From District 12, Lucy Gray Bear.
That was low-key a Katniss move.
There has been a change this year. As a mentor, Mr. Snow, your role is to turn these children into spectacles, not survivors.
What does my mentor do besides bring me roses?
I do my best to take care of you.
You really want to take care of me in that arena?
Okay, so Snow was a mentor first.
I'm Lucky Flickerman, first ever host of the Hunger Games.
Enjoy the show.
Flickerman. In all 4 movies, there is a host named Caesar Flickerman who pretty much is like the one that is there whenever they're airing the Hunger Games. So obviously there must be some relation to Caesar Flickerman, but anyway, I was just surprised to hear the name. Carry on.
Enjoy the show.
3, 2.
Enjoy the show.
A descendant of Caesar?
Enjoy the show.
What happens in there? Fueled with the terror of becoming
prey. Zero quickly we become predator. Zero quickly civilization disappears. There's a natural goodness built into us all. We can never step across that line into evil.
Or not.
You hear that, boy? It's the sound of snow falling.
How wonderful that we all get to be here for someone's final performance.
It's not just about winning.
everything is about winning.
You look kind of cute right there with the shape.
It's the things we love most that destroy us.
That song sounds more eerie now. So, yeah, there's that. I really hope that this isn't one of those stories that's like forcing the audience to feel bad for for him, just because like he just did so much. Like maybe he was a different person at that time. Like I don't know how old he is in this film. If he was like a teenager in his 20s, he looks like a grown man, but I don't know, because sometimes they get older actors to play teenagers. But you know, I'm sure like he was maybe a little different at that time because he hadn't gone through everything that he goes through in this movie. And then, you know, so much time has passed before we get to the first Hunger Games film, because by then I think they're already on like what, the 74th or 5th Hunger Games, so it's been going on for like a really long time at that point. So who knows, like, you know, everything else that he had been through that really like corrupted him. But I just don't want it to be one of those movies that's like trying to make you feel bad for him, because when you know the story of the Hunger Games, it's really just like, how am I supposed to feel sympathy for this dude, like after everything that he did to children? By the way, like all this stuff is happening to kids. Like they are kids, they're teenagers, they're tweens, like they're not even adults. Even if they were adults, it's still wrong. But it's like Katniss was like 17 in the first one, so the fact that he was going after a 17-year-old girl and her family and everything, like, and then we're supposed to watch this movie and feel bad for him. I don't know about that. But you know, like and I'm thinking more so like, you know, like the movie Joker, where we saw Joker's like origin story. At least that's the, you know, that's the way it was told in the movie with Joaquin Phoenix. I'm not sure if that's canon to like comic books or whatever, but in that story, like I feel like it was really easy to feel bad for him, especially like the first half of the movie, because it felt very human. And you just saw like what he was going through just as a person. It wasn't really about being a hero or a villain or anything like that. So that type of movie, it was like, yeah, you definitely feel for this guy. At least I know I did. I don't know about y'all. But for this movie, because it just seems so like, I don't know, like kind of fantastical, I don't know if it's going to give off that same feel. I feel like I'm just going to be watching it like, no, you deserve like, no, you deserve all the bad things that's happening to you for what you do in the future, okay? Like, I will never forgive him for what he did to Peeta. Like, he really jacked Peeta up. And it wasn't just him, obviously. It was, like, him and the rest of the people that were in the Capitol. But, like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about watching this. I know it hasn't came out yet or anything, and this is just a trailer, so who knows how it'll go. But, yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know how you feel. I'm just wondering, like, if that's the vibe that they're going to be giving off, to be like, well, look at all that Snow went through when he was younger, and that's why he turned out to be this way, type of thing, you know? I don't know. But, or maybe I hope it's just presented more so as like a, you know, this is kind of how things got started, and this is what led him on this path, and just more so just like telling the story of him, instead of it being like, oh, well, look at all that he went through and we should feel bad for him. And, you know, to kind of like, I just hope it doesn't make excuses for the fact of him just like torturing all those people later in life. So I don't know. That's how I feel about it. But anyway, it is kind of cool to see, like, you know, Hunger Games stuff back in the media again, because if y'all remember, like when the Hunger Games movies were coming out, it was like a really big deal. You know, and this is kind of like not too long after like Twilight had blown up and everything. So this was like a whole era of like YA novels that had been adapted into films, and they were just like taking over, and like everybody was reading the books, everybody was watching the movies and talking about it, people were picking sides, like people were writing fan fiction about it, like it was a whole thing, you know, like it was a whole era. And that was like when I was in high school and stuff. So it does kind of feel nostalgic, even though it sucks because it's like, it's not about Katniss and Peeta anymore. It's going to be about Snow and some of these other new characters that we're going to get introduced to. But you know, I think it has potential. You know, I think prequels can be pretty good, because it does kind of give you more to the story. Because I'm sure, like, when people are watching Hunger Games, it's like, how the heck did the world get to this point? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the heck happened to America? How did it become Pan Am? And how did we get to the point where we were doing Hunger Games? Like, literally, like, this is the purge at this point. Like, how did we get to this point? So I feel like this should answer some of those questions, or at least hopefully. And yeah, because I don't know if we'll ever see like a story about Katniss again. I feel like her story is pretty much over. So it makes sense that they would do a prequel instead of trying to continue it and show like stuff afterwards. But yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of see like what they do with this movie. And again, if you've read the book and you kind of already know the story, don't spoil it for me, but just kind of let me know like what you think about the book and if you think it will be a good film. And maybe just give me a little bit of a synopsis, like what is it that the story is really about? Is it more so about Snow and his origin story, like how he becomes a villain later on, or is it just more so about like how the Hunger Games started, or is it like a bit of both? And do we kind of get a POV from other characters, or is it just like, is it just from Snow's point of view? Because if it's just from Snow's point of view, like I don't know if I want to read that, I'm sorry, like can you tell I have such a disdain for Snow? Like he just really like effed up everybody, especially Peeta and especially Katniss. And like I said, I will not forgive him for that. Okay. And I also feel like his death was kind of like, it could have been way worse, to be honest, considering all the things that he did, but I digress. Anyway, that was the trailer. You guys let me know what you think. And, we're gonna have to wait till November till the movie comes out. But, in the meantime, I'm sure they'll be dropping I'm sure they'll drop like probably another trailer or maybe some clips or something from the upcoming film, and maybe we'll talk about it again as it gets closer to November 17th. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to wrap this up. I don't want to make this episode too long. And I apologize for not going live today. Today is Saturday, so I'm filming. This is when I would usually go live. I did put an update on the community tab on my YouTube channel. So if you're not, subscribed to me on there, please do, so you can see updates and everything about the podcast. I did let you guys know that I wasn't going live, just in case if there's like, even if there's just one person that's like waiting for me to go live, I feel bad if I'm like, oh, I didn't go live and I didn't mention it to anybody. So I want to kind of let you guys know. I used to put updates on Facebook, but I feel like since I'm kind of more focused on YouTube, I feel like it would make more sense to go on there. But you guys let me know, like, if you want me to post updates on Facebook, on my Facebook page, then I could do that. I guess it's just wherever people are following me the most, or where you guys are going to be looking to check for like updates. But for sure, I'll definitely I'll try to start posting more on the community tab to let you guys know when things are happening. And again, if you're not subscribed to me, please do. And when you see that there's an upcoming video, click the notify me. So that way, when I go live or when I'm posting a new video, it'll show up for you on your phone, and then you can just click on it and it'll be easy and you won't miss anything. So yeah, any other updates? Let me think. I don't think so. But yeah, we're getting closer to spooky season, so I'm excited about that. Next week is my birthday, and then literally like my birthday's on Friday, and then the day after that I'm supposed to be filming, so I don't know if I'm gonna go live. We'll see, but I plan on still having a new episode out for you guys next weekend. And I feel like because it'll be the end of September, like it's technically October at this point, so we could start talking about the scary movies and everything. I don't really know which one I'm gonna go into first. Y'all let me know what I'm still open to suggestions. I've gotten somebody told me to watch Poltergeist. Somebody told me to watch like the original Evil Dead, which I'm like, okay, I've seen parts of that already and it's really disgusting, so I don't know if I want to get into that. And I know there's a remake, and then there's like Evil Dead Rise. Saw the trailer for that. I was like, I don't think so. I don't think that's for me. I feel like the movies that are just like super gory, like Saw and everything, I just cannot get into it. Like I hate it so much. I hate Saw. I hate the whole franchise. Like maybe hate is a strong word, but I've just never gotten into it. Maybe because I'm kind of like low-key traumatized, because I was kind of like forced to watch it when I was younger at a friend's house. It was like Saw 3 or something like that, and I was like, bro, I do not want to watch this. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, y'all enjoy this? But I guess I can't fully talk because I'm really into like Scream, and Scream is like a slasher, and Scream is like pretty bloody, like pretty gory. Not as gory as Saw, but the latest, like 5 and 6, were pretty gory, I'm not gonna lie. So I guess I can't really talk, but I don't know. It's just something about those movies. I just cannot get into it. I just can't do it. But yeah, give me suggestions. If y'all like really, 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 really want me to watch the Saw movie, not the new one, but maybe like the first one or something, then y'all gonna have to like this video. You're gonna have to leave comments. You're gonna have to get the views up if y'all really want me to do it, because I don't want to. But I know that that's like a huge movie, like in the horror genre. So I'm just like, we'll see. Y'all gonna have to show me how much you really want it if you want me to do that. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna kind of maybe review and try to react and talk about like some of the classic ones, like going back to maybe like the 80s and the 90s and maybe even like 70s, you know, just the movies that like really shaped the horror genre as a whole. Like I really want to get into, because I feel like there's so many of those movies that I missed out on when I was a kid, because I was just like, well, first of all, as a kid, shouldn't have been watching that anyway, but like I missed out on it because I was just too scared, and I didn't want to watch that because I knew I was gonna have nightmares. But now that I'm older and I'm more interested in it, and more so interested maybe in like, I guess, the storytelling of it and the filmmaking part of it, like how it was made, and considering the like the context of the time and all that kind of stuff. That stuff kind of interests me a lot more now. So you know, I don't mind getting into it. And TV too, it doesn't just have to be films. Like there's a lot of like classic TV shows that are kind of within the like the horror, like thriller genre that I wouldn't mind watching. Honestly, wouldn't mind getting into Buffy. I've never really watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer like that. I watched the spinoff Angel, which is like a really good show. Don't ask me how I got into the spinoff, but never watched the original. Or even maybe like doing a rewatch of Charmed. I used to watch Charmed back in the day. I think like when I was like in middle school or high school. But anyway, so stuff like that. Just give me suggestions on things you guys want to see from me, and I'll take it into consideration and try to pick some things out. And yeah, we're going to be getting into the scary stuff, y'all. Hey, let's go. I'm excited about it. Let me know in the comments if you're excited about it too. I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the likes, the comments, everybody that subscribed to me. I really appreciate it. So stay tuned for spooky season stuff. We're gonna be getting into it pretty soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys next weekend. Next time I see y'all, I'm gonna be 28. Hey, I'm gonna be 28. All right, I'm playing. See you guys. Bye.